This is a good a day as any to start the rebuilding of life. The roads that lay open are many when the old one's gone under the knife. And I can feel the sun on my skin, beginning to thaw from within. Today and not tomorrow, there's no time to borrow. Today is a good day to live. This morning has a clear light as any to see the horizon and the fall. Excuses were 2 for a penny, but they've all gone out the window of this car. And when I feel the wind on my face, all that ever was is a wreck. Today and not tomorrow, there's no time to borrow. Today, well, something's gotta give. Today is a good day. Today and not tomorrow, there's no time to borrow.
So Tom is here. Tom is here to give you a little tour of our hearth in our tavern. So thank you, Tom, for joining us this morning on your busy day. All right. So tell us how we cook at that tavern. What are we using? What's going on?
Well, of course, the crucial part is the fire. And you got to start that ahead of time so that you got a good bed of coals.
Okay.
But you use this arm to hang anything over top of the fire. You have different length hooks. So if you want a little less heat, if you want it closer to the fire, more heat, and you can slide those along
Clever.
to adjust them. And when you need, you move it out.
Okay.
So like if I have something cooked, it's hanging there, I can roll it out here and then I can take it out, or I can put stuff in. All right? So that's basically pans that would hang. Then this down here is the equivalent of a Dutch oven, cast iron. And the way that we cook with this is we put a bed of coals here. We set this over top of that bed of coals so there's heat coming from the bottom. And of course the food is placed inside. And we put the lid over top. We take coals out, put them over top, and then basically what you have is a really nice warm hot oven that can cook your food, whatever you put in there. The other night we had Brussels sprouts, we cooked biscuits in there. There's been a number of things we've cooked in there. This is our tin oven. And actually there should be another piece in here, which is a tray. And basically what that does is that you set it in the fireplace close to the fire and the heat radiates out. And if you notice, it's built this way. So the heat comes in and comes back out. So there's a circulation. So you get a nice even heat. And the food sits on the tray. And of course, to cook it, more heat, you move it closer. Cooler, you move it out. These are, I think what you would call them is a trivet or a stand. You can put a pan on there to cook. I've put cast iron pans on there. You can put a cast iron pan here, put coals down here, and then you can cook. If you want more heat, more coals. Less heat, fewer coals. There are also different heights, so that's another way that you can control heat. This, or these, actually, they're both very heavy griddles. And the way that we would use those is we would put them in the oven. So we put the food on it and then place it in this oven.
Beehive oven.
Beehive oven. And that would have been warmed up for several hours with a fire burning in it.
Wow. Wow. So how do you like cooking on this thing?
I like it a lot, actually. It takes time. It takes patience. Food is much nicer, better flavor. And the other nice thing about it is that at the end of the day, it's kind of a nice way to just kind of slow down, spend your time cooking, spend some time in front of the fire, as the evening falls, and then just transition to the table and eat and just relax and kind of wrap up a busy day.
Yeah, we're really enjoying it. What's next for dinner?
Next for dinner, I don't know, what did we decide, dear?
We always want to do the Yankee beef stew, don't we?
Beef stew, or I was also thinking that we could do London broil steak in there. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll see. It'll be a surprise.
Thanks, honey.
You're welcome.
All right, now I'm going to give you a little tour of this room while we're at it. This is a step back cabinet, and I picked this up for under $200. It was used, but new it would have been a lot. It's a reproduction. Really nice. Filled it with pewter because, of course, pewter would have been used a lot at this time, and you can eat and drink out of the pewter. The only thing is that you don't want to do anything that's acidic, like tomato based, because that can leach off and basically poison you. So no, not into that. And then following us around here, this chair doesn't really fit in here and doesn't really belong, but you know what? Sometimes you have to sit in a rocking chair by a beautiful fire. And here's Brewhilda, our beautiful mixing of the drinks old hag. We love her. She's beautiful, and she wears colonial attire, and she watches over our little room. Hag in a nice way, not a mean way. Something just fell. And just a really good look at the tavern right here. I love the look of the tavern here. We have spools that we used as tabletops with 4x4s and 2x4s and built them this year, and they're rustic and they look like something you'd see in a tavern if you went out to eat, and that was the feel I wanted in here. I didn't have to necessarily make it look colonial. I wanted it to be comfortable and fun and like a place we would be hanging out with our friends. Because of course, right now, no one's really going out to those restaurants and bars with their friends. Well, some people are, but we're not. So I wanted that feel in here, and everything we're doing in here is to give us that feel like we would have if we went out for a fun night. At night, we light the candles, the lanterns, and we go for it. It's another really cool thing about this bar. And we've done tours on this bar before, but there's actually old coins embedded in the bar. Very, very interesting. Now, they're not worth anything. We've already checked that out. But old Revolutionary coins, very fun. So this is the room that everybody loves. It's a special room. It's kind of the party room. It's the fun room. And I think it's time to eat. What do you think?